Archangel Michael speaks, very good news is arriving in the next 3 hours. Stop what you're doing, right now. Just stop. I need you to be still for the next few minutes. Not because something is wrong, but because something is about to go very, very right. And I cannot let you miss it. My name is Michael, and I have been watching over you. Not from a distance, not from some far-off place beyond the clouds. I have been right here, beside you, in the quiet moments when you sat alone and wondered if anyone truly saw you. In the heavy mornings when you woke up and the first feeling that hit you was not peace. It was weight, that familiar weight. You carried it into the bathroom. You carried it through your morning routine. You carried it into your day. And you smiled anyway, because that's what you do. You are strong. You have always been strong. But I want you to hear something today that I need you to hold on to. Being strong does not mean carrying everything alone. You were never meant to carry it alone. I am here right now because God sent me to you. Specifically, not to a crowd, not to a group, to you, because you have been at a crossroads. And the decision you make in the next few hours could change the entire direction of your life. I am not saying this to frighten you. I am saying this because you deserve to know the truth. And the truth is, something extraordinary is moving in the spiritual realm right now on your behalf. I need you to stay with me. Every word of this message was prepared for your ears. Let me tell you what I have seen. I have seen you in your private moments. I have seen you pick up your phone late at night, scroll through other people's lives, and put it down feeling emptier than before. I have seen you standing in the middle of a room full of people, and feeling completely alone. I have seen the conversations you replay in your head, the ones where you said nothing when you should have spoken, the ones where you said too much and regretted every word. I have seen the tears you swallowed, the ones you refused to let fall because you told yourself it wasn't worth it. Because you told yourself to be stronger. Because you didn't want anyone to see. I saw, I always see, and God sees, every single tear, every sleepless night, every prayer you whispered when you weren't even sure if anyone was listening. They were heard, every single one. Now I need to tell you something that may surprise you. The difficulty you have been walking through recently was not random. It was not punishment. It was not proof that you are forgotten or unloved. It was preparation. What you have been going through has been making room. Making room for something so significant that if I told you the full picture right now, you would weep. Not from sadness, from gratitude, from the shock of realizing that while you thought you were being abandoned, you were actually being chosen. But before we get there, I have to be honest with you about something. There is something standing between you and the breakthrough that is coming. And I say this with complete love, complete protection. I am not here to judge you. I am here because I care about what happens to you. So I need to say this clearly. You have been hiding, not from other people, from yourself. There is something you have been avoiding. A conversation, a decision, a truth about yourself that you keep pushing to the back of the room. You close the door on it. You busy yourself so you don't have to sit with it. You tell yourself, I'll deal with it later. Later has been coming for a long time now. And I need you to understand something. Whatever you bury doesn't disappear. It waits. It waits until the pressure builds so high that it finds another way out. Through your mood, through your relationships, through the tension in your body that you carry without even realizing it. Through the reason you feel tired even after a full night of sleep. That exhaustion you feel, it is not just physical. It is the weight of an unlived truth. I want you to think about one thing right now. Just one. What is the thing you have been most afraid to be honest about? Not to someone else, to yourself. Is it a relationship you know in your heart is not serving you? Is it a habit you have been excusing for too long? Is it a version of yourself you have been pretending to be because it feels safer? Is it anger you have been calling something else? Is it grief you have been calling being fine? I see it, whatever it is. I see it without any judgment. And I need you to know that the breakthrough I am here to announce is connected directly to that thing. The good news that is arriving in the next 3 hours It requires you to be ready to receive it. And you cannot receive with clenched hands. Let me explain what I mean. You have been praying. You have been asking for change. You have been asking for open doors. For peace. For healing. For the right person. For the right opportunity. But there is a way that humans pray that breaks my heart a little. They ask God to change their circumstances, while keeping everything inside themselves exactly the same. They want the new life, but they want to live it as the old version of themselves. And God, in His infinite mercy and wisdom, will not do that to you. He loves you too much to give you a new chapter, written in the same old patterns. So what looks like a delay is often a preparation. What looks like a closed door is often God saying, "Not yet, because you're not yet ready." But here is what I am here to tell you today. You are becoming ready, right now, in this moment. Even this message finding you is part of that preparation. The fact that you paused, the fact that something inside you said, "I need to hear this." That was not accident. That was not coincidence. That was a spiritual pull. That was the part of you that already knows the truth, reaching toward the light. I want you to take a breath right now. A real one. Deep into your chest. Hold it for just a moment. And let it go. That breath you just took. God was in it. Every breath you have ever taken. He has been in. He has been closer to you than your own heartbeat. And when you felt most alone, He was there in the silence. Not far. There. Just waiting for you to stop running long enough to feel Him. Now I want to talk to you about the next 3 hours. Something is shifting in your favor. The spiritual atmosphere around your life is changing. There has been resistance over you. A kind of spiritual friction that has made things harder than they needed to be. Efforts that should have produced results have felt like walking through water. Connections that should have clicked felt just slightly out of reach. Peace that should have been yours kept slipping through your fingers just before you grasped it. That resistance is breaking. I want you to hold that truth right now. The resistance is breaking. What was blocked is beginning to open. What was delayed is beginning to move. What was withheld is beginning to arrive. But I need you to understand something critically important. The enemy of your breakthrough is not your past. It is not your mistakes. It is not other people. The greatest enemy of what God is trying to do in your life right now is unbelief dressed up as logic. Let me say that again. Unbelief dressed up as logic. You have been so hurt before, so disappointed before, you have hoped before and been let down before. And so your mind has learned to protect itself. By expecting less, by assuming the worst, by telling yourself realistic stories that are actually just old wounds talking. This probably won't work out either. Good things like that don't happen for me. I've been waiting too long. I must have missed it. Those thoughts feel like wisdom. They feel like you're being smart. They feel like protection. But they are not. They are a cage, a beautiful, comfortable, logical feeling cage. And they will keep the very blessings God is sending from ever being received. Here is a spiritual truth I need you to sit with. Faith is not the absence of doubt. Faith is choosing to act as if God is faithful, even when your emotions are screaming otherwise. It is doing the thing you feel called to do, even when you are trembling. It is opening your hands, even when they've been burned before. It is saying yes to the next chapter, even when the last one nearly broke you. That is where the power lives. Not in the absence of fear. In the courage that moves forward anyway. I want to pause here for a moment, because if this message is resonating with you, if something inside you is stirring, if you feel that quiet recognition, that whisper of, "This is for me," I want you to know. That feeling is not nothing. That is God confirming to your spirit that you are exactly where you need to be right now. Stay open to moments like this. Stay connected to messages that call you deeper. Because this is how heaven speaks to you. Not always in the grand and dramatic. Often in the quiet, in the unexpected pause, in the message you almost scrolled past but didn't. You didn't, because you weren't supposed to. Let me tell you about the good news now. Are you ready? Truly ready? Because this requires you to receive it with an open heart. God is about to restore something. Something that was taken from you. Something that was lost, not because you earned it back, not because you've been perfect, but because of grace. Pure, unearned, overwhelming grace. The kind that makes no logical sense. The kind that shows up when you least expect it and most need it. For some of you hearing this, it is a relationship. A connection that felt severed. A bridge that felt burned beyond repair. God is moving in that situation. He is softening hearts. He is opening lines of communication. He is preparing a restoration that you stopped believing was possible. Don't give up on it yet. Do not close that door permanently. Leave just a little crack of faith open. And watch what He does with it. For others hearing this, it is provision. Financial pressure has been real. The numbers have not been adding up. There has been fear about what is coming. About how the gap gets bridged. About how it all works out. And I want to tell you directly, in love, in authority. The provision is coming, not eventually, soon. The door that opens it is already in motion. The phone call, the opportunity, the unexpected source, it is already moving. Your job is to stay faithful where you are. Keep doing what is right. Keep showing up, and trust that what you cannot see is already being arranged. For others still, it is your health. You have been carrying something in your body. Heaviness, discomfort, maybe fear about what certain symptoms mean. Maybe anxiety that has taken a physical form. I want to speak healing into your body right now. Say this with me in your heart. I receive healing. I receive wholeness. I receive the strength that God is releasing over my body right now. He did not design you to suffer endlessly. He did not create you for perpetual sickness. He created you for life. Abundant life. And His healing power is not limited by what medicine says is possible. It is not limited by what the report says. It is not limited by how long you've been carrying this. Nothing is impossible with God. Nothing. And for those of you whose deepest need right now is simply peace. Not a miracle, not a breakthrough, just quiet, just rest, just the ability to breathe without dread. I hear you, and God hears you. Sometimes the greatest miracle is not the dramatic change on the outside. It is the impossible calm that settles on the inside. In the middle of circumstances that have not changed yet. That peace that passes all understanding. It is real, it is available, and it is yours right now if you will receive it. Let go of the need to figure everything out tonight. Let go of the need to control what you cannot control. You were never meant to carry it all. Lay it down, right here, right now. In this moment, God's hands are large enough for everything you've been gripping so tightly. Now I need to talk to you about what comes next. Because the breakthrough that is arriving will need you to do something. It will need you to move. Not in fear, in faith. When the door opens, walk through it. When the opportunity appears, don't talk yourself out of it with old stories. When the person reaches out, don't armor yourself up before you even respond. When the moment comes, be present for it. Because I have watched so many blessings arrive at the exact right moment. Only to be turned away at the door. By overthinking, by underbelieving, by the quiet voice that whispers, "This is too good to be true." Nothing from God is too good to be true. That is literally the definition of who He is. The God of exceedingly, abundantly, above all you ask or think. When it shows up, receive it. I want to speak to someone specifically right now. Someone who has been holding on by a thread. Someone who woke up this morning and thought, I don't know how much longer I can do this. Someone who has been praying the same prayer for so long, it barely even feels like prayer anymore. It feels like habit, like going through motions, like whispering into a darkness that never answers back. I need you to hear me. The answer is coming, not as a platitude, not as a nice thing to say, as a spiritual reality. What you have been sowing in tears, you will reap in joy. What you have been planting in darkness is about to break the surface. The harvest does not announce itself. It simply arrives, and when it does, you will understand why it took exactly as long as it did. You will look back and see the hand of God in every moment that felt like abandonment. And you will weep. You will weep with a gratitude so deep it has no words. Hold on. That is all I'm asking of you. Hold on just a little longer. Don't make any permanent decisions from temporary pain. Don't close any doors permanently because of how things look right now. Don't let go of your faith because your feelings have gone cold. Feelings are not faith. Feelings are weather. Faith is the ground beneath your feet. And the ground is still there, even when you can't feel it. Let me speak to something else now. Something that most people won't say out loud. The guilt, the things you've done that you are not proud of, the ways you have fallen short of who you wanted to be. The moments of weakness that you replay. The person you hurt, the promise you broke, the version of yourself that showed up in that situation and you barely recognized. I need you to hear this. God is not holding those against you. He is not waiting for you to be perfect before He blesses you. He is not withholding His love until you get it all together. That is not who He is. His love is not conditional on your performance. His grace is not a reward for good behavior. It is a gift, freely given, to the broken version, to the struggling version, to the version that doesn't have it together. Especially to that version. But here's what I want you to do with the guilt. Don't just carry it. Don't just feel bad about it indefinitely. Bring it to God. Actually bring it, in your own words. No script necessary. No perfect prayer required. Just honest. God, I made a mistake. I am sorry. I need your help to do better. That's it. That's the whole prayer. And when you say it, and you mean it, the weight lifts. Not metaphorically. Actually, something shifts in the spiritual atmosphere around you when you are honest before God. Walls come down. Barriers dissolve. The flow of blessing that was slowed by pride and hiding begins to move freely again. Honesty before God is one of the most powerful spiritual acts available to you. Use it. I want to tell you something about the next season of your life. Because it is unlike what you have been walking through. The chapter you are entering is one of alignment. Things that have been scattered will begin to come together. People who belong in your life will start to arrive. People who do not belong will quietly fade. This is not loss, even when it feels like it, even when you miss them, even when the departure of certain people or situations stings. God is pruning your life. And pruning is never comfortable. But it is always purposeful. What is being removed was taking more than it was giving. What is being cleared out was occupying space needed for what's coming. Trust the pruning, even when it hurts. Trust the process, even when you can't see the plan. There are people in your life right now who carry a spirit of discouragement. They do not always mean to. Sometimes they are simply operating from their own pain. But their words have been landing on you. That won't work. Be careful. That's not realistic. You've tried that before. I am not asking you to cut people off or be unkind. I am asking you to be wise. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams in their fragile stage. Not every ear is safe for the seeds God has placed in your heart. There is a time to share and a time to protect. Guard what God has given you. Not in fear, in wisdom. I am going to say something now that I need you to really hear. You have been comparing your journey to other people's journeys. You have been looking at the timeline of someone else's life, and measuring your worth by the distance between where they are and where you are. Stop. I say that with authority and love. Stop. Your path is not their path. Your timing is not their timing. God does not operate on a one-size-fits-all schedule. He is a personal God. A relational God. A God who knows the number of hairs on your head and the depth of every dream in your heart. He knows what you need. He knows when you need it. He knows the exact moment that a blessing received too early would have destroyed you, and the exact moment that the same blessing will be a foundation instead of a burden. Trust His timing, not because it's always comfortable, because it is always wise. The next 3 hours, I want to talk about what to do with them. First, find a quiet moment, even 5 minutes, even just in your car or in a bathroom if that's all you have. And be still before God. not with a shopping list of requests. Just still. Let him be present with you. Let yourself be known. That silence is not empty. It is full of him. Second, pay attention to what arrives. A thought, a text message, a name that comes to mind, a door that opens unexpectedly, a sudden peace about a decision you've been overthinking. Heaven is speaking all the time. We simply stop hearing it when we fill every moment with noise. Today, leave some space for the message to land. Third, when the door opens, walk through it. Without demanding a full explanation first. Without needing a guarantee. With just enough faith to take the first step. That's all he needs from you. The first step. He'll handle everything that comes after. I want you to receive something from me right now. A blessing, spoken over you with divine authority. May the confusion that has clouded your mind begin to clear. May the heaviness that has sat on your chest begin to lift. May the doors that were stuck begin to open. May the people who are meant for your life begin to find their way to you. May the provision you need begin to flow. May your body receive strength. May your heart receive peace. May your spirit receive clarity. And may you walk into the next chapter of your life knowing that you are not alone. That you have never been alone. That you are deeply, permanently, unconditionally loved. Not because of what you've done. Not because of who you've been. But because of who he is. And that will never change. Before I go, I want to leave you with this. There are going to be moments in the days ahead where the enemy tries to steal this peace. Where circumstances try to convince you that none of this was real. Where doubt creeps back in through the side door. And when that happens, I want you to remember this moment. Remember that you were found. In the middle of a normal day. By a message that was prepared specifically for you. Remember how it felt when truth landed in your chest. That recognition, that stirring, that is real, that is God, and no amount of noise or fear or disappointment can take away what was spoken over you today. Hide it in your heart. Come back to it when the storm picks up. Let it be an anchor. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are not too little. You are exactly who God made you to be. And he is not finished with you. Not even close. The best chapters of your story have not been written yet. And I cannot wait for you to live them. One last thing. If messages like this have been reaching your heart, if you find yourself returning to this space because something here speaks to a deep part of you, don't ignore that pull. Stay connected to the guidance that is meant for you. Because heaven is always speaking. And you deserve to keep hearing it. I am Michael. I was sent to you today. Not by chance. By design. By a God who loves you more than you have yet allowed yourself to believe. Go now. Walk in peace. Walk in expectation. Walk knowing that the next 3 hours carry something beautiful for you. Open your hands. Open your heart. And receive it. It is already yours.